Good morning, Savannah. This is Wayne Waters, your host for Savannah Lexicon, a radio show that's streaming online from the heart of Savannah's downtown historic district. Savannah Lexicon is a show designed to inform the listener about important social, political, and cultural issues that shape Savannah, as well as about opportunities to experience things in and around this beautiful city that might add an added measure of grace and joy to your life. And sometimes we do shows just for fun. Today is fun, but also something of social and cultural significance, I think. We are speaking with Jessica Osborne, who is the still new, I guess it's fair to say, manager and owner of E.Shaver bookseller, the venerable downtown bookstore that's been here since 1975, right, Jessica?
Yes.
Good morning and welcome to Savannah Lexicon. We're glad to have you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Sure. This is a good time. Anytime's a good time to talk about books as far as that goes. But certainly here with Christmas looming or coming forward here with great expectation in the not-too-distant future. Obviously, books can be a great, great Christmas gift. And so we would love to get some gift ideas from you, and also to make sure that everybody understands that E.Shaver these days is a little bit more than a bookstore. You have other things going on, and really most people who are, Savannahans know that. But just to be sure that they know about some of the other things that you have available. So, okay, what are you thinking about these days? What's a really, give us some good book ideas for Christmas that you can think of.
Well, we're very fortunate this year because we have a lot of authors that live in Savannah now, which a lot of people may not be aware of. We've got Sarah DeMatt, who's written The Guineveres. It's a novel published by Flatiron Press. And she has done a talk and a book signing at the shop. And she's just wonderful. Her book, The Guineveres, is a great story set in the United States about 4 girls all named Guinevere. And
yeah, I've heard something about this. Yeah, I read something about this.
They're all in a school together, and they form a lifelong friendship that really changes the course of all their lives through this. And so we have that in the store.
Now, did she just do a book signing, I think, maybe? Or
She did a book signing and a talk with Harrison Scott Key at the store, and it was very well attended.
Yeah, another Savannah author, okay.
Yeah, Harrison's book, The World's Largest Man,
I read it. It's hilarious.
It's wonderful, and that is the perfect gift for any man that you just don't know what to get.
It is. Very, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. At your suggestion, actually, by the way.
Yeah.
When I happened in the store one day. Okay.
We are really fortunate to have Jonathan Rabb living in Savannah these days. He is a just very kind, stand-up guy. He's written a book called Among the Living. It takes place in Savannah right after the war, and a lot of the action is on Broughton Street. It's also deals with the Irish in the docks and the relationships between the 3 temples in Savannah. It is a wonderful book. We have lots of signed first editions in the store, which is a great opportunity for your book collectors.
Are we talking about WW2?
WW2.
Okay.
Yes. The main character
Among the Living
is a Holocaust survivor. He comes to Savannah because his only living family is here. And the book is about his adjustment and being an other and starting to live again.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. What else comes to mind?
The Orphan Mother by Robert Hicks, who's a wonderful writer. He was in the store recently for a book signing, and we have lots of signed first editions of his book as well. It's about two mothers, different races, and the way they deal with the loss of their children in war right after the Civil War.
Oh, wow. Now, all of them are Savannah authors, Savannah writers?
Robert Hicks is not a Savannah
Okay.
author. He grew up in Florida. I'm not sure where he makes his home now, but he is a Southern author.
Okay.
Sarah and Jonathan both live in Savannah now.
Okay. So definitely some Southern authors. And I read another one recently, which was just a very, good sort of easy but well-written kind of mystery from the doctor here in town.
Harris, Dr. Harris.
Dr. Harris.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has several books out. He hasn't had a new one recently, but we do carry his books in our store as well.
And then let me ask you this. Garden of Good and Evil.
Well,
is that still selling like crazy? Do people come in, particularly visitors, tourists maybe?
it wouldn't be a normal day if we didn't sell at least one copy.
Is
of
that
Shavers.
right?
And
Still, after all this
still,
time.
after all these years. And
And despite the movie.
just in spite of the movie, we still sell the book. And we have a nonfiction book group that's starting. I think our first meeting is January 2nd. And the first book we're going to read is Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Of course. How
So
could
that
it
the
be
younger
otherwise?
generation will have read the book.
Yeah, it's one of those books, if you're from Savannah, in Savannah, have a connection to Savannah, you have to have read that book. I mean, you just have to. It's a requirement.
My favorite story, John comes in the store when he's in town to sign books, and he was sitting in the store, and there was a young couple that came in, and he said, well, this is my book. And they said, oh, that's nice. I've never heard of it. And he looked at me and he said, honey, it's the reason you're here. So.
That's true. I'll tell you, did they actually officially make him king or not? Because
Not yet.
I mean, there is untold millions of dollars that have come into this city due very largely to that book. It's just true. The book was a phenomenal hit. Everybody, Savannah has had a strong tourism situation for forever, basically, almost. And but still, that was a big part of what really ushered in a sort of a renewed flow of tourism to Savannah beyond what it had been having up to that point. And I'm quite sure if he wasn't made king, he should have been made, mayor of the city or something. I don't know, but surely to God we gave him some kind of title.
Oh, I think he's well received whenever he comes to town.
I'm sure. How about anything particularly in mind for children or young adults or anything? Not necessarily, if there are Savannah authors for that, sure, but whether there are or not, any particular young adult type books that have really struck your fancy?
Well, there are a couple. There's Mosquito Land and Kids of Appetite by David Arnold. There's The Wonder by R.J. Palacino, which I mispronounce. And
sounds good to me.
Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. Raven Boys. And then we have for our younger readers, we do have some local writers and illustrators who have some really wonderful books out now. Heave Ho by Jose Lucio, which you see around town DJing sometimes, and who works at Scribble Arts as well.
Okay.
SCAD graduate, and it's a great book about a worm's struggle to stay alive. Tales from the Beautiful Mountain by Olivia Beaumont. She's the author and the illustrator, and we can't keep that book in the store.
Is that right?
It's beautifully done.
Sounds nice.
King of the Birds by Natalie Nelson.
Another intriguing title.
They were here. They're two Atlanta girls who got together and wrote a children's book about Flannery's chickens and peacocks. So it's well illustrated. It's a lovely book and perfect for gift from Savannah.
And that, we're assuming you're referring to Flannery O'Connor.
Yes, Flannery O'Connor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, well, I imagine Savannians would pick up on that, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, well, I think we all feel like we're on a first-name basis, but maybe we should call her Miss O'Connor instead.
Excellent, excellent. let's jump off for a moment of the books per se, and just because I do want to make sure that everybody understands that, for instance, you have, excuse me, you have the tea shop, I guess,
we do.
In the store. So tell us just a little.
Well, the tea shop that was on Broughton Street for
Right,
so
it was
many
a
years.
freestanding
building, but
Yeah.
Becky, who is an owner and a fixture there, is running it. She is getting a little older these days, and so the small space suits her. They still do a lively online business, but it's nice for them to have a storefront. And, I mean, tea and books.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why
I mean,
not?
it goes together. And I think she probably has some kind of little, if I remember correctly, some kind of little sweets, or you guys
she
do,
does.
or whatever.
She has
sweets
some. She has some biscuits and some crisps and cookies, all kinds of things, little treats in there that
Nice.
she imports from England.
Nice.
And you
Okay.
can get a cup of tea, or you can buy loose tea, and then she has all of the accoutrement that goes with tea.
Okay.
So you can fully stock up.
Excellent. And of course, you guys have, a couple of seats around and about.
We do.
That
If
you can get comfortable. And
If you can throw one of the cats off, you can sit down.
that's true. Now, what are the cats' names?
We have Mr. Elliot, who is gray, and Bartleby, who is a buff tabby. They're brothers, and they're almost 2 years old now, and they have really become part of the bookstore.
They absolutely have. They roam around. It's their territory, and and they're pretty big cats.
They are.
They're big cats.
They are giants among cats. But,
Wow.
we think they're part Maine Coon. They have a blog now on our webpage.
Oh,
so if
really?
you want to know about their origins,
The
you can
the
read
webpage is what?
E.ShaverBookseller.com. And if you read their blog, they're terrible plagiarists, and they have borrowed from the style of several greats. And anyone who can name all 4 works that are quoted from might get a nice discount on some Christmas gifts.
Aha. Nice. I like that. A little literary puzzle prize thing going on. That's good. You've also got, I guess, and I'm assuming this is you as opposed to the tea shop, although I guess it all runs together in a sense, but you have some kind of little gifty items and stuff yourself in the store.
We do. We have all kinds of literary gift items. So from socks to scarves to coffee mugs.
Oh, coffee mugs is a definite. I mean,
Coffee
again,
mugs.
if it's not tea, it's coffee with reading with a book. So, I mean, that's got to be
Or it
there.
could be a tea mug.
True.
We have temporary literary tattoos. We have...
Wait. Let's fly by that too quickly. Temporary literary tattoos. I love it. So what is it? An author's name?
No, it's
or?
a quote usually from
Okay.
a book.
A brief quote, I would think.
Well, you can get a lot in there. It's a company called Litograph, and they will do whole T-shirts where they print an entire book and make a picture.
Wow.
So...
Wow.
It's pretty interesting stuff.
Okay. Excellent. You guys, I would think, do a lot of Christmas business. I mean, you do a lot of business anyway, because everybody knows you, and everybody living and working downtown, and others as well, but certainly those living and working downtown, I'm sure, are popping in there on a pretty regular basis. But Christmas, I guess, good?
Christmas is our busiest time of year.
Okay.
It is good. And it's nice now that people realize we're not going out of business, that it's just a transition.
Right.
A lot of our regular customers are starting to come back, and that is wonderful to see.
If you guys were going out of business, people would be out in the streets revolting. I'm telling you, that is not allowed here in Savannah without E.Shaver books. No. That's just not even going to be allowed. So people would be out in the streets making all kind of noise if that was even possibly going to be the case.
We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Excellent. All right, and you have in the back there, there is the bike shop. Now that's no connection really to you, is it?
No,
Okay.
it's not. It's electric bikes. The owner of the property has some interest in electric bikes up in Brooklyn and New York, and so he wanted to bring them down and give them a try in Savannah.
Okay. Well, it's an interesting thing to have right there handy,
It
close
is.
by.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you guys, as we mentioned, we talked just briefly about the fact that you do book signings and that sort of thing, and you seem to do that pretty regularly. What can you tell? Do you know how far in advance do you set that up? Do you know who's coming anytime soon?
Well, we've got Karen White coming in January.
Okay.
She's going to be doing a talk and a ghost tour in Savannah, so that should be a lot of fun. We usually set them up several months in advance, although sometimes it's a little closer on time.
Yeah.
And it's all on our webpage and on our Facebook page, so we try to get the word out as best we can.
Okay, Facebook page as well. And do you do that, excuse me, do you do that fairly regularly? I mean,
fairly regularly. I would say at least every other week we've got something going on. We also have 3 book groups going now out of the store. So we have a fiction book group that meets on Tuesdays, the second Tuesday every month.
And that's actually at the store?
At the store, yes. And it's on Meetup and on our Facebook page.
Okay.
And then and on our website. We also have a nonfiction group that's starting in January. And we've got a graphic novel group that meets on Sunday afternoons, the first Sunday of every month, and that has been a big success with SCAD around.
I can imagine that to be the case. Yeah, I'm sure, because they have a very strong program in that. Hang with us just a minute, but I do want to just invite anybody who may be just now coming into the show. Our guest is Jessica Osborne with E.Shaver Bookseller. And we have a very special show today. It's going to be kind of a split show. In the second half of the show, we're going to have Yvonne Johnson and Ricardo Ochoa, again, hoping that I'm pronouncing his name correctly. They play the viola and the violin respectively, and they're with the Savannah Philharmonic Orchestra. They're going to come in and speak a little bit about the upcoming Holiday Pops program, a performance that is coming up here soon. And we're in a very special treat. They're going to actually sit and play for us just a little bit and give us a taste of that Holiday Pops. So that's coming up shortly, and hang on for that. And Jessica, what else? Anything else particularly that E.Shaver is involved in? I know that you just sort of you sort of seem to be a connecting point for sort of the cultural and arts community too. I mean, I just think that I get the feeling that a lot of people work with you or talk with you and let you know what's going on. Sometimes have some connection. Is that? Do you sort of feel that way, that you guys are in the loop?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're working hard to become an integral part in the creative community in Savannah.
Okay,
So,
and it's a heck of a community. I mean,
it is.
It's a really wildly creative area. It really, really is. Some of it due to SCAD, and some of it just due to folks being here. I mean, a lot of creative type individuals seem to be drawn to this area, and I can understand why. It's a gorgeous area, first off, and secondly, it's just got this kind of great and growing artistic and creative community. So when we try and get some people on this show along who are kind of part of that whole scene. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, but just just tell us what can you tell? What are your hours this time of year?
we keep our regular hours.
Okay.
So we're open 9:30 to 5:30, although we tend to stay a little later.
Mm-hmm.
We're open on Sundays from 12:30 to 4.
I did not know that.
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are usually very busy. And if there are people in the store, we stay open later.
I have
we're
been
flexible.
one of those people who have kept you late in the store a time or two.
It's okay. We don't mind.
Okay, good. And you've got the web page. You've got and you do you sell online.
We do. You can order things online. You can order things online and then come pick them up in the store, or we can ship them directly once they come to the store to you, or if you're giving them as a gift. You can also buy gift certificates online now that you can use on our website. This is all relatively new, so we're getting used to it. Expect improvements, but it is up and running, which is exciting for us.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, any final words? Anything else come to mind? Anything we're just not hitting on here at the moment?
We're just happy to be here. We've been here since 1975. I always tell people, not me personally, but
yes.
But and we hope to be here another 40 years.
Excellent. Well, 40? No, longer than that. Y'all are never allowed to leave. E.Shaver must live.
I'm only promising 40.
you personally. I believe, yes, okay.
Yeah, the cats and I will retire at the same time, I think.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jessica. I sure appreciate it. Again, E.Shaver is just a venerable institution here in Savannah, and we're happy we're happy that you stepped into the situation and are carrying the torch, so to speak. And wish you much success in the future. And thanks so much for coming on. And we'll have you back sometime.
That would be wonderful. And thank you for having me.
Okay. Thanks a lot. We will now take a short, brief musical interlude. And then we will come back in just a few minutes with Yvonne Johnson and Ricardo Ochoa of the Savannah Philharmonic Orchestra. So hang with us.
My bedroom, lying here waiting for you on my pillow. I met her out today in the painting. Look like the words that you say when you're waiting. Stay the whole weekend. Even if you ask me to stay, I won't like it. I walked a mile today in the desert. The heat made me hide away from myself. Baby, I don't
All right, folks, I'm glad you're still with us. We're going to have a really great second half of today's Savannah Lexicon, which I should tell you is being made possible by a grant from the Savannah Homebrew Shop, offering winemaking, beer making, and cheese making supplies and equipment, located at 2102 Skidaway Road. More information available at 912-201-9880 or savannahhomebrew.com. All right, my guest for this second session are Yvonne Johnson and Ricardo Ochoa, and they are both with Savannah Philharmonic Orchestra, and they're going to not only tell us a little bit about the upcoming Holiday Pops program, but also actually play a little bit for us. So this is going to be a very, very special, very unique show today. And good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just wanted to ask very first thing about the date of the Pops performance, and just kind of tell us a little bit about what we can expect.
Yeah, the Savannah Philharmonic's Pops concert this year is on December 17th, which is Saturday, coming up in a few days. And it's going to start out at 3 o'clock with a family concert, and it's all going to be at the Civic Center. And our friend here, Ricardo, has done a lot of arrangements for that concert. Maybe he can talk a little bit about those.
Okay. Yes, Ricardo.
Oh, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I did several arrangements, especially for the children's choir. I'm involved with the children's choir, and I'm a board member, actually. And so I've been helping a lot with some of the developments and the new generation of the children's choir. So part of my duties was, and an excitement about, was to write some music, some arrangements of some Christmas music.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we've done several things. That will be in addition to the music that we're doing Saturday night. It's two different programs. You know, the family program is really focused on the children. And,
exactly right.
And
is Old Saint Nick possibly going to make a?
I heard rumors.
There's rumors that Saint Nick might be there on the children's. We'll see.
If he has time, he'll show up. I think. I mean, it might be coming from the North Pole too.
Okay, and Saturday night, as you were alluding to.
Yeah, Saturday night is the big extravaganza, and I actually saw a couple of pictures online of our technical person, who's Mike Gaster, who plays some machine, some snow machine. So we'll see how that works out on top of our instruments. So, but I think it's gonna be snowing in the Civic Center.
All right. So Savannah with snow. That will, people won't even know what that is. That will be stunning. I just want to make a point real quick. I think that, let's see, Yvonne, you're a board member.
Yes,
is that correct?
I'm on the Philharmonic board. Yep.
Okay. And any other particular designation or capacity for you, or not? Not that that's not enough, but I'm just saying you play the viola, right?
Yeah, my husband is principal viola, Lee Jo Liu, and I sit next to him, assistant principal, keep him on track. And Ricardo here is principal second violin. That's
what I was going to say, Ricardo. So you're principal second violin.
Yeah, I'm principal second, and also Lee Jo is Yvonne's assistant at home, because they're making.
Okay, well, I'm not touching that one. Okay, whatever you say, I'm not touching that one. It sounds great. It sounds great, this upcoming show.
Yeah. There's things you want to... we got some music if you want us to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll have a violin and viola duo. Maybe we can start with some of the... more typical American music.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. And we'll come back again after this segment.
Okay.
And so just hang with us, and we're going to hear some beautiful music right now. Come back a little bit and maybe chat a little bit more, and then have some more beautiful music. All right, you guys go when you get ready.
Thank you. 3, 4.
Excellent, excellent. Just a little preview of the upcoming Pops. Just briefly, if you would, maybe you could, we don't want to get into a whole biography here. I don't want to make you do a whole thing, but just a little brief nutshell bio on you and your kind of coming into Savannah Philharmonic.
Yeah, Yvonne, you first.
Okay, I'm originally from Sioux City, Iowa, a good Midwestern stock here, and I have been in Savannah for about 20 years. I came down to play with the Savannah Symphony, and then after they folded, I was very happy when Peter Shannon started up the Savannah Philharmonic.
Shannon, right.
So we have been enjoying that. Lee Joe and Ricardo and I have all been members from the Philharmonic from the beginning, big supporters, and I teach a lot and do a lot of weddings and events, and teach at Armstrong also. So
Excellent. Okay.
Yeah, Yvonne is a great teacher, by the way, violin and viola. So,
I bet.
highly recommend.
And how about you, Ricardo?
I am originally from Venezuela. Been here for 16 years. Also came for the symphony back then. After the orchestra folded, I was determined not to play classical music ever again.
Yeah, you're part of another group,
so
too.
I started developing as a jazz musician, and I did. So recently, 5 years ago, I founded, along with other members, Velvet Caravan, and I've been doing gypsy swing for ever since then. And we're starting to go out in the world with it and having fun with it. However, when Peter Shannon moved to town, he brought me back into the classical world, and he didn't let me do anything else with it. So I'm happily back in classical music, and I'm doing both classical music and gypsy swing.
So you continue the other as well.
Yeah, it's
all right. Well, that's just one more good thing that Peter Shannon has done, and is bringing you back in. So that's good.
You think so? Yes.
So he's for those who haven't guessed already or didn't know, he's the artistic director and conductor for Savannah Philharmonic. And we may have to talk about getting your swing band in here one day.
Oh yeah,
too,
we can do it. We can swing by.
Yeah. Excellent. And I'll just jump ahead a little bit time-wise, just to take this opportunity to say that, according to my information, the next two after the holiday Pops, the next two shows, January 15th, Strauss and Bridge, the piano quartets, and then January 28th, the best of Rodgers and Hammerstein at Johnny Mercer Theater. So
that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a lot of fun.
That should be good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you guys do a wide range of
styles,
of styles there, and different kinds of things. And I think the season runs, I guess, September until May.
Correct. Yeah.
So still got a little while to enjoy what you guys have as we come into 2017 as well.
Yeah, but the orchestra sells out the shows, so you got to be on with the buying tickets.
Good point. Don't try and wait till the last minute, because you're not going to find any tickets. You're going to have to get ahead of the game and make some arrangements.
So let me tell you a little bit about these arrangements that I've worked on. But we're going to play a melody which is originally from Venezuela, which is where I'm from.
Okay.
When I decided that we were going to do this with the children's choir, I was hesitant to do it. I mean, maybe intimidated by it because it's music from my own country. So I decided not to do this arrangement. Instead, I call a really good friend of mine from Venezuela, and he lives and works there. He's a music producer, and he has a Grammy nomination. He was in the Latin Grammys last year for orchestral music and Christmas orchestral music from Latin America, and he got a nomination with the Venezuelan Symphony. So I reached out to him and asked him to do this arrangement. So we're going to premiere this arrangement from this Grammy nominated musician of this beautiful tune called Niño Lindo, beautiful child, which is in reference to little Jesus. So we were going to play a little bit of it, or we're going to play it once. Of course, it doesn't reflect the arrangement, but you can hear the melody. And if you hear it today, then you can compare it to the orchestra arrangement, which is fantastic. So here it is, Niño Lindo.
Excellent, excellent. This sounds quite nice.
1, 2.
Nice. Oh, man. I can't believe we got you guys in here. Thank you so much for doing this.
Well, we'll expect the check in the mail.
Yeah, okay. Well, it'll be the same check I'm getting.
Okay.
So
Those are the best checks.
big zeros on it, big goose eggs across the top. But yeah. So that's very nice. This, yeah. You look like you were going to have something to say there. You were going to jump in or no?
Oh, well, I could talk a little bit more in detail about our concert on Saturday night. Would you like to hear some more details?
Absolutely.
Okay, and again, it's at the Civic Center, 7:30, and there's a couple highlights in the concert. The famous vocal competition, American Traditions, our first place winner from last spring is going to be performing "O Holy Night" and "Ave Maria," two of the big Christmas favorites. Going to be playing, singing those with the orchestra, and it's going to be just lovely.
Good.
And then the Savannah Philharmonic Chorus is going to join the choir for many songs, and they just sound fabulous this year. They've got a lot of new men, and the men's section in particular sounds really fabulous. And then we're going to have 2 trumpet players from the orchestra stand up in front of the orchestra and play the Vivaldi Double Trumpet Concerto.
Woo!
And that's Clayton Chastain and Robin Beauchamp. And Robin is a local favorite here. He used to teach at Country Day, and now he's at SCAD. And he's a wonderful trumpet player and arranger. So we're all looking forward to hearing them on Saturday night, too.
Oh, man. This sounds very nice. And I haven't got my tickets yet. I'm out. Oh, well. Golly. Well, at least I'm getting a taste of it today. But that sounds really, really nice. And I guess you guys, I'm assuming, have been part of this show before in previous years. And is it always at the same...
Well, we were doing it at the cathedral for several years. That was a nice experience, but what happens is that we got too many people. In order, the cathedral was holds about 900 people, and it was a little bit difficult to, get enough seats for audiences,
right.
and so we moved to the Civic Center, to the Johnny Mercer, which is 2,500 capacity. So we expect to have more people be able to come and enjoy the concert.
Absolutely.
So that's why we moved there. This is the first year that we've done it at the cathedral. I think last year we did it at the Lucas Theater, correct? But Lucas Theater with 1,200 capacity was not big enough either. So we hope that next year is at the arena, so it's 5,000 people in there. Right? No, I'm just making that up.
Okay, well, hey, you probably could do it. I mean, why not? That's excellent. And I'm sure that you guys are infused with the holiday spirit.
Always.
All year long.
All year
Christmas 365.
Well, my daughter starts singing Christmas music sometime in July. So
she clearly loves it. And or she's clearly just trying to get Santa to come on in a little early. Right. I don't know how old she is.
She's 11, but
yeah. Okay. All right.
That's why I'm growing up here.
Yeah, that's it. You're getting ready to play Santa Claus. Okay, good. Now, Peter Shannon. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Peter Shannon. Yeah. A little bit about him. He's got
Irish.
Such a great. He's Irish. He's very Irish, right?
That sums it up.
Right. He's a bald Irish guy, and he is quite energetic on the stage, and
So Yvonne and I get the most of it because we sit right in front of him. So we get it maximized to. Well, anyway, he's great. He's fabulous. He's very intense. Rehearsals are very intense. He requires a lot of concentration, and
sure.
he works us really hard. So those days, 5 hours a day, when we rehearse with him, it's exhausting, but it's in a good way, because he gets the results that is needed for the orchestra to sound good, and he gets us all in the same mindset. And I enjoy that part. I enjoy when you hear 60 musicians or plus really playing under one mind, and whether we agree with him or not, we do it. That's
hey, he's the conductor, right?
Correct. But at the end of the night, it feels really good to perform the way he makes us perform for the audience, and the audience gets it too. That's the thing with his orchestra, is the energy that Peter injects on us reflects really well, and the audience absorbs it. So it's. I go to all kinds of shows all the time, and I see all kinds of music. And he makes the orchestra feel like a rock show. And we finish the concert, we're all sweating, and and it's great. And the audience walks out of there with a lot of energy. So it's if you've never seen the orchestra before, I recommend you go see it, because you will definitely get a different experience of what other orchestras in other places in the country are doing in general. It's not boring. It's not boring at all.
No.
So, yeah.
And I just wanted to add, Peter works so hard to prepare, and he expects us to prepare just as well as he does. He memorizes all his scores, and so when he walks out, there's no music stand there. And
wow.
Yeah. He
really?
just works. Yeah, he works very hard. And he has this famous thing he'll say that, a lot of times string players will accompany a passage doing something called tremolo. It sounds like this. And he'll say, you have to play that tremolo like your life depends on it, because otherwise the audience is going to be like, I don't want to watch them. So he has a good way of motivating us. And also want to say he's very passionate about that whole integrative medicine concept. And so Ricardo and I and some other players from the orchestra, we go to the Anderson Cancer Institute a couple times a week and play for the cancer patients. And the caregivers and the staff and, of course, the patients, they just enjoy hearing all kinds of music that we play. And that's been a wonderful thing that Peter has brought to Savannah and to Memorial Hospital at the Anderson Cancer Institute.
Excellent. I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to if you didn't, so that's good. That's good stuff. Okay, now hang with us. We're getting close to the end. You guys have got maybe one more in
Sure,
there? Yeah,
we do.
Okay.
We got one
All
more.
right, hang on. I'll let you sort of play us out after I make a few announcements and whatnot here, if I may. And I just wanted to let everybody know that next Wednesday we're also going to have another split show. And in the second half, we're going to have Huxley Scott, who is a long-time singer here in Savannah, who I think any and all Savannians will probably know. And she now does a lot with the Savannah Theater productions. And she's going to be here. Now, she did not absolutely tell me she was going to sing. I'm trying to coax her gently, and we're hoping that she will. I can't make that absolute promise, but hopefully she'll sing a little bit for us a cappella, we hope. So that's going to be next week, and more shows to come every week here at 9 to 10, Savannah Lexicon. And again, as a last thank you, I just want to thank you guys so much for coming in and tell us again now the dates on the Pops shows that are coming up.
Yeah, this is coming up in a few days. Saturday, December 17th, the children's program is at 3 o'clock, and the big gala at night is at 7:30. They're both at the Civic Center. Saturday night, December 17th.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, and with that, I guess I'll let you guys, if you're ready, you'll just kind of play us on out of here. And for those of you listening, listen to this beautiful music from two of Savannah Philharmonic's finest, and we will see you next week.
Just want to be alone, and I just want you to go away. Feel the rain on your broken face. Let those feelings all wash away. How long have you been waiting on me? I did not even plan. try. Been here forever, learning how to lie. And I just want to be alone. And I just want you to go away. Feel the rain on your broken face. Let those feelings all wash away. How long have you been waiting on me? I did not even plan to come tonight. I felt you pulling me from far away. Now I'm here, girl, can you make me stay? And I just want to be alone. And I just want you to go away. Feel the rain on your broken face. Let those feelings all wash away. Everybody thinks I live, everybody thinks I love, but the truth is I don't do either. I've got no peace of mind, I guess I'd never try. Been here forever, learning how to lie. And I just want to be alone. And I just want you to go away. Feel the rain on your broken face. Let those feelings all wash away. How long have you been waiting on me? I did not even plan to come tonight. I felt you pulling me from far away. Now I'm here, girl, can you make me stay? And I just want to be alone. And I just want you to go away.
You're listening to WRUU-LP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Sounding